Okay, hey, I am live stream everybody. So if you're up at 12:20 a.m. is my time. Uh, Sorry, I'm gonna be winking and blinking a lot. I haven't taken my contacts out yet, but I was about to go to bed. Okay, I gotta work tomorrow. But then I see Woj, our good old friend Woj, Adrian Wojnarowski, St. Bonaventure's finest, has done another trade, another Bucks trade. I was actually doing something else tonight. Just got a comment from Logan. What contract did he sign? So free agency won't open until a couple days after the draft, but he's expected to get somewhere in that $18 million per year range. Probably some 3-year, $18 million type deal. Maybe 3 years, 60 million, averaging out to maybe 20. So 18 to 20. We'll say 18 to 20 type deal. So, first off, had the trade with Jrue Holiday going to Milwaukee. Let me pull my rosters up. I've already changed them, actually. I keep my rosters on my trusty laptop. The Bucks can afford that. Yes, they can afford it because in this trade, they're sending out DJ Wilson. They're sending out Ersan Ilyasova, and they're sending out, I believe, donte divencenzo. Any clue for the Golden State pick, sir, from Child's Play TV? For number 2, I'm gonna say Wiseman for that. So we'll try to keep on topic though for this video. This is about Bucks trades. So let me pull up my video or my rosters. So of course earlier they did the Jrue Holiday trade with New Orleans, and they sent out Eric Bledsoe and George Hill and a couple first-round picks. Beautiful trade, I think, for Milwaukee because they're going all in. My favorite basketball. Thanks, Logan. Appreciate you, man. Favorite basketball YouTuber. I mean, whose favorite am I not, right? That's all I have to say. Who does live streams at the crack of midnight? So, what was I saying? Yes, so I really like the Jrue Holiday trade from Milwaukee. Gives them that other playmaker, gives them that other guy who can score when Chris Middleton and Giannis are on the bench or when they don't have it. Giannis is already such a good playmaker anyway, kind of plays that point forward role as it is. That can allow Jrue Holiday just to freelance a little bit, focus on his scoring. And his defense is just insane. I mean, the Bucks defense was already so good last year. And with Jrue Holiday, it's going to be amazing still. Bledsoe is a great defender, but Jrue Holiday is just as good, maybe better. So I need to update my rosters yet again. If Giannis leaves and it's a terrible trade, 3 first and 2 pick swaps, that's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. But I think Giannis is going to sign that Supermax right as soon as free agency opens or very close to it opening. So I think they're going to have him on the books for a few more years. I think it's a risk you got to take because what are you going to do? Not do anything? They're going all out for the chip. Alex was right. They are going all out for it. So, with Milwaukee now, with this second trade of the night, they're so sign and trade. Way this works is there's the agreement in place with Sacramento because Bogdanovic, their shooting guard, and let's just say I'm sure Buddy Hield's happy about this trade. He's getting his starting job back. I thought for sure that Bogdanovic was going to stay with Sacramento. I really thought he would. I thought they were going to invest all their, just their, not their future, but just invest in Bogdanovic. I thought they really liked him. Just add to their core with him. But Bogdanovic going to Milwaukee now in a sign and trade. So once free agency opens, he is going to sign, like I said, probably $18 million roughly per 18 to 20 roughly per year deal. He's going to end up being traded to Milwaukee. Sacramento will get some assets back in Donte DiVincenzo, Ersan Ilyasova, and DJ Wilson. Ersan Ilyasova mainly just for salary cap purposes. I think he's expiring. Let me pull up Trusty Hoops Hype real quick. Dead air, isn't it the best? Okay, so Ursan, yes, he has 7 million. He has 7 million left on his deal for next year. It's expiring. Then you have DiVincenzo. He's got 3 million next year. Then he's got 2 more years if they choose to pick up that qualifying offer. Then if they want to sign him later after that for restricted. Then you also who's the other guy? DJ Wilson, going into his 3rd year, I believe. He's never really shown me a ton. Just kind of a bouncy big man. What else does he really do though? He's got a $4 million deal next year. So the way that looks to me, Sacramento, they're continuing to rebuild. It seems like they're doing that every year. But they're going to have Fox. They're going to have Hield. They're going to have Barnes. Bielitsa still. Rashawn Holmes. Bagley. Jabari Parker. Bucks went all in for Holiday. Yeah, it's true. They were talking about Rod Axel. Hey, Rod, I appreciate your comments. I always notice them on the channel. Appreciate your loyalty to the channel for sure. Yeah, there's Sacramento. They still have Jabari Parker, former number 2 pick. Jabari Parker. Do I like Harden on the Nets? I do. I don't think the Nets need Harden. I think they have their 2 main guys in Irving and KD already. I think they need to focus more so on getting glue guys, getting guys that can complement them as opposed to maybe Harden, who, let's face it, he can be a ball stopper. So Alan says, what's the Bucks lineup look like now? I'll get to that in 1 second. Let me finish talking about Sacramento. So Sacramento, they're going to have Corey Joseph still coming off the bench. They're going to have that lottery pick. They got a ton of second round picks in this draft too. And I'm trying to see folks' comments if you ask a question, but I'm going between the comments and what I've got on my laptop here. So if I don't see it, if I don't answer it, ask again, and maybe I'll see it when it pops up. So Sacramento, another rebuild, another rebuilding year. Gosh, I remember DeMarcus Cousins and Tyreek Evans were drafted by them, and now both players are out of the league. And Rod just mentioned they don't draft well. They got Georgios Papagiannis. Gosh, that was a terrible pick. They drafted Jimmer. They drafted Bagley, who I think Bagley's still going to be good. I'm on Bagley Island, but I don't really hear from too many Kings fans in my comments on my videos. But if there's any Kings fans, I am very, very sorry. Okay, looking at the Milwaukee roster now. Holiday, you're going to have him starting, I would assume. Well, this was before DiVincenzo, he's gone. You'll have Bogdanovic now. Okay, so Holiday, he'll be starting. Did Milwaukee get the 13th pick? No, Milwaukee did not get any picks coming their way. Milwaukee sent out picks to New Orleans. So New Orleans will keep their 13th pick, and they're just adding to, they're getting additional picks to add to their coffers along with the picks that they already got from Anthony Davis. And his name clicked off. I didn't see who it was, but he made a good point, because even if Giannis leaves with this Bogdanovic deal with Holiday, Milwaukee's still going to be able to compete. They're still going to have Middleton. So yeah, let's look at Milwaukee's roster. And I'm updating it to have Bogdanovic in here. Okay. Point guard, Jrue Holiday. Shooting guard, Bogdan Bogdanovic. Small forward, Chris Middleton. Greek Freak at the 4. Brooke Lopez at the 5. then you've got a bench of Greek Freak's brother. That's literally all that they have for next year. They're going to have a first round pick, which is going to be what, late teens, early 20s, something around in there. I think no, 24. 24 is their pick. So they're going to have a pick. So yeah, they're going to need some minimum salary guys to fill out the roster, because look at these contracts for next year. Chris Middleton, $33 million. Giannis, $27 million. Brook Lopez, $12.5 million. Wow, they're still paying Spencer Hawes and Larry Sanders. I'd forgotten about that. They're still paying Spencer Hawes and Larry Sanders. And then Greek Freak's brother is Thanasis, a little under $1.7 million. Then when you add Jrue Holiday to it, $26 million for next year. He's got his player option of $27 million, which I would imagine, well, who knows, he could turn that down and re-up for a longer deal. I think a lot of that would depend on if Giannis picks up that Supermax, which I'm on record, I do expect him to pick up. Said Aaron Hockey. I thought it said Aaron Holiday for a second. I'm like, oh, Drew's brother is on the chat. Yeah, not, just like Trevor said, not difficult at all to find some minimum salary guys to fill out this roster. I mean, let me just go to Sport Track for a second and see who are some of the minimum salary guys that Milwaukee could maybe go for. And like for instance, Robin Lopez, he opted out tonight. I wonder if he knew something was gonna happen. Maybe that's why he was like, okay, let me opt out. Let me see if maybe that helps for salary cap purposes for these trades. Not really sure. Maybe they'll re-sign him. I don't know. And Wesley Matthews opted out as well. Okay. So who are some guys that they could get, I think, realistically for next season? I'm talking about Milwaukee here. And if you guys have any ideas of who Milwaukee could get for next year, let me know in the comments. And we'll chat about it. Okay, let me change this to unrestricted, because I don't see Milwaukee going for any restricted free agents or trying to match that. Guys, if you're just here, Milwaukee is doing a sign-in trade for Bogdan Bogdanovic of the Sacramento Kings. He's going to be their new starting shooting guard. What do you guys think of Bogdanovic? I'm a big fan of his game. He also, another thing, Bogdanovic fits. How much will Bogey make? He's going to make his new contract is going to be somewhere, I would guess, in that $18 to $20 million per year range. 18 to 20 million per year for Bogey. So who are some guys that Milwaukee could sign? Anthony Davis, of course. No, that would be amazing. Anthony Davis is like, I'm going to take that minimum deal so I can chase a championship now with Milwaukee. That would be great. Okay, who are some guys they could sign? Because they need help basically anywhere on their bench. Paul Millsap, I think, would be a guy who they could probably get for pretty cheap. Adam says Goran Dragic. I don't see Goran Dragic taking the minimum. Jamie says Gasol. I think Marc Gasol is a really good suggestion. Rondo, I don't really see, because I don't think he's going to do a minimum. Rondo might want to. I don't see it. I think goes to Koufos. Yeah, Koufos wants back in the league. They could get Koufos. I remember when Koufos was with my Grizz. Joe Harris, I don't see. He's going to want like $20 million a year. You got to keep in mind, guys, that Milwaukee for next year, they're going to be like, what is their, sorry, I hit the camera a little bit, and I hit it again. Yeah, Mirotic run it back. Harry Giles, he probably won't do minimum. So if we're adding 26 million to Milwaukee, these live streams are fun. I enjoy these live streams. So we're saying, so you can guess Milwaukee, their payroll for next year is going to be somewhere around 120 to 130 million. That puts them near the way near the top of the NBA, or at least the upper third, I would say. People are saying Jeremy Lin. I mean, I don't know. I think Jeremy Lin's time has passed, but somebody's saying sign Isaiah Thomas. They could probably get him for the minimum, sure. I don't know if they really need Isaiah Thomas anymore. I think they need kind of more glue guys now. So some options that Milwaukee could get for that minimum. I think maybe one of the Plumlees. Well, I guess there's only one left in the league now. Maybe Mason Plumlee, maybe. I really like Solomon Hill and Courtney Lee as just good glue guys. Rod says Garrett Temple and DJ Augustine. I think those are good. I don't know if DJ Augustine is at the point yet where he would pick, where he would want a minimum deal, but I think it's possible. I wonder if Roberson, or I always call him Roberson, it's Robertson, Andre Robertson. I wonder if he would be a possibility. You have Bellinelli if they want some shooting. I haven't been a huge Bellinelli fan for the last season or so. Alex Lynn could help in that center spot, potentially. I love the Marc Gasol suggestion that somebody said a second ago. That was really good. Kent Bazemore, which I think he'd be a nice glue guy to have. Who are some other unrestricteds? And these are guys who I think would probably take the minimum. They could. Kyle Korver, they could probably get again. They could probably re-sign Kyle Korver on the cheap. To be honest, I wonder if they could get Carmelo. I don't think Carmelo would be a good fit, but somebody mentioned Michael Carter-Williams. I think he'd probably be a minimum guy they could get. I don't know if they would want him, but they could definitely get him. The Bucks went from so many point guards to now just having Rod opted in. Who are you talking about? Somebody saying DeMarcus Cousins. Again, I don't know. I think sometimes it's a little bit of a distraction to get some of those guys in. Pat Connaughton, who I think they could re-sign on the cheap. Maybe one of the Hernan Gomez brothers, potentially. Willie, more specifically. Yeah, somebody said Frank Mason. They could re-sign him. MKG would be a minimum guy they could get. Reggie Jackson, a minimum guy. Jeff Green, again, I don't know if they'd want Jeff Green. Did Bucks trade Brook Lopez? Broke Lopez. They did not trade Brook or Broke. He is still on the team, and he is making lots of money. But Robin Lopez declined his player option for next year of $5 million. Let's see. Luke Richard Mamamute is on this list. He didn't play last year, did he? Or maybe just a couple games. It's funny that he's still on that list. I'd forgotten about him. That about covers it. Michael Beasley's on the list if they want to get him. Jay Money, he is a Bucks fan. Jay Money, what do you think of the deals tonight, man? Got a lot going on for sure. And then, who was the guy from University of South Carolina that the Bucks could re-sign to? He was like a second-year player. His name escapes me right now. I can't remember. Sorry. Somebody says bring in Kaminsky to back up Lopez. I don't know if is Kaminsky player option or team option. Has that been decided? I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, I mean, there's several guys that can do it. I mean, and it's we've shown in the Thornwell. Thank you, Sindarius Thornwell. Thank you. And you know, it's the Lakers showed it last year when they just had tons of dudes. Somebody saying Lance Stevenson. The Lakers showed last year they had tons of dudes who chose to opt in, or not opt in, but sign with the franchise when for a small deal, just because of the chance to compete for a championship. And when you look at this roster, you got to think the Bucks are going to be the favorites to come out of the East. I mean, you got to think that at minimum they're going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? Kaminsky is from Wisconsin. I was actually I'm not from Milwaukee, but I was at a Bucks game season before last. Or maybe it was 2 seasons ago. It was the last year that they were in the Bradley Center, and they were playing the Hornets, and Kaminsky was with the Hornets, and he had like 30 points that night. He had the game of his life, and you would have thought he played for the Bucks, because every time he got the ball, the crowd was just going wild. Yeah, they love their Wisconsin guys in Milwaukee. So yeah, it has been a wild night. Robert Covington got traded to Portland. Trevor Ariza back to Houston. Then, of course, I did the video on the Chris Paul trade earlier. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you do. Maybe I may end up doing more of these type kind of live stream type things when we get breaking news like this, especially when it's 12 in the morning, because hey, you guys seem to be up and you seem to like it. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Gosh, I am about to hit the hay because it is getting late. Appreciate everybody tuning into the live stream tonight. The draft Wednesday night. I'm gonna have some draft grades probably the next day on that. And yeah, hey, the NBA never stops. It is a 365-day-a-year sport now, it seems like. Okay, what did Anthony say? Are there any young point guards that Miami can trade for to pair up? Oh, that Miami can trade for. I think Miami is basically just going to try to run it back for next year and maybe make Brad Beal their second option, because it looks like Giannis is going to stay in Milwaukee. So it seems to me that with the Jrue Holiday trade, with the Chris Paul trade, with Harden, yeah, he could maybe go to Milwaukee. That's true. I'd have to look at the salaries. I don't really know what they could give up or what they'd want to give up. But with everything that's happened, with all the movement lately, I think Brad Beal is going to be the next big name to that we're going to be hearing about in the trade rumors for the next, I don't know, months, a year or so. Cassius Winston, one more question, then we'll call it a night. Cassius Winston with Milwaukee's pick. He tested out really poorly at the combine, just as far as athletically. He's already a small point guard. I think he's going to be better than Trey Burke, but I don't think we're talking about a guy who's just going to blow you away with his speed or athleticism. So, I'm thinking 44-inch vertical. I thought I read that he was really one of the slower players on the court, I thought is what I read. Yeah, I see him as a backup. I see him kind of Chris Duhon type player. 10-year NBA career, but not really a starter. So Oh, talking about Cassius Stanley probably. Yeah, that guy can't jump out of the gym. Okay, guys, this has been fun. Go Bucks, go NBA, go sports, go team. Rah, rah, rah. All right, we'll catch you later. Bye.